Hello, everyone. Is your heart wavering because of someone's like or a single word of praise? How much more free would our lives be if we stood tall, even without that small validation from others? Today, let's begin a journey to step away from the gaze of others and find true inner freedom. Imagine this. It's 8 a.m., and you're waiting for feedback on a report you worked late into the night to submit. Then, your boss walks by and casually says, this one's not bad, before heading back to their seat. That one casual remark can make your day shine bright, or make you fall into an endless dark abyss. Should I work harder? Or am I still not good enough? Countless thoughts like these begin to fill your head. In the end, you can't even eat lunch properly as you anxiously hit the keys, harshly whipping yourself to do more. This is the beginning of an exhausting life lived thirsting for the approval of others rather than being yourself. This pattern appears in weekend dating, too. It happens when your partner casually says, "You look a bit tired today." Startled by those words, you hurry to fix your makeup and repeatedly practice smiling brightly in the mirror. You reply, "Sorry, I'll pay more attention," hiding away the real emotions you are feeling deep inside. The truth is, you really are tired, but you can't say it because you're afraid your honest self might make them leave. In this way, day by day, we live wearing a heavy mask, acting out a perfect version of me to fit others' tastes. But we often forget that this performance is slowly exhausting your soul as time goes by. It's no different with friends, like those days when a photo on Instagram gets fewer likes than usual. You blame yourself and think, "Am I not interesting lately?" Turning all the reasons into self-criticism. When a friend says, "You look really busy lately," you struggle to set the next appointment right away, even if you're tired. Deep down, you just want to rest, but you're anxious that neglecting the relationship might lose you a friend. As these sacrificial moments pile up, we gradually begin to forget who we truly are. This is because we start filtering everything, what we like, what we want, and even pain, through the lens of others. In the end, all that remains is an exhausted body and an empty heart that nothing can seem to fill. Every night, looking in the mirror alone, you mumble to yourself, "Why am I so lacking?" And the nights increase. To be honest, I used to be like that too. As a writer, I stake my life on every single comment from viewers. If there was no praise like today's video was really good, my confidence to make the next video would vanish instantly. To my partners, I only said, "I'll do better for you," pouring all my energy into matching their moods. Then one day, walking alone on a forest path, I heard the voice deep in my heart and gained a major realization. The person I truly wanted to be loved by wasn't the people of the world, but actually myself. That simple but powerful realization completely changed all my values and the direction of my actions in life. The act of begging for validation from others was actually a desperate signal sent by the wounded child inside us. I realized that the moment you warmly embrace that small child, the true freedom of our lives begins. Now, shall we begin practicing taking steps together, one by one, toward that freedom? I'm going to share 5 proven steps of self-love training that you can put into practice starting today. It's not difficult at all, so let go of the burden in your heart and follow along slowly as I guide you. The first step is to recognize your own unique pattern of seeking validation from others. Just 3 times today, stop and observe your own behavior and ask yourself this question. Is the reason I'm doing this right now for the approval of others, or is it solely for myself? Write down honestly the reasons behind excessive overtime, SNS uploads, or over-adjusting to your partner. It might be embarrassing to admit at first, but this small honesty becomes the great first step in changing your life. The second step is the mirror of self-compassion, looking at yourself with pity and care. Every morning after washing your face, stand in front of the mirror and gaze into your own eyes for 30 seconds. And say warmly, "You did well today. Even if you're a little lacking, I love you just as you are." At first, this might feel so awkward and cheesy that you might even burst out laughing. But if you repeat this for just 2 weeks, that warm voice will truly begin to seep into your heart. Please trust me and try this, as it is one of the most powerful self-healing tools in modern psychology. The third step is the time to practice setting healthy psychological boundaries to protect yourself. This week, take courage and say just once, with sincerity, "I'm sorry, but I'd like to rest today." It could be to a boss with unreasonable requests, a partner, or a friend who calls out of habit. The moment you reject, your chest will feel tight and discomfort will rush in, but never run away. While feeling that discomfort as it is, tell yourself, "This is the first step to protecting myself." Every time you succeed in setting a boundary, your self-esteem will grow firmly by another inch. The fourth step is writing a self-gratitude journal, recording praises for yourself every night before bed. To wrap up your day, open your diary and sincerely write down just 3 things you are grateful for about yourself. Find something you did well today, a part of yourself you're thankful for, or a part of your body you can love. Even something very small is fine, like I submitted a report or I was tired but greeted others with a smile. It's an exercise in looking at yourself generously, rather than through the criteria of other successes. As these small records accumulate, your perspective will gradually shift from external evaluations to internal values. The fifth and final step is celebrating small victories, congratulating yourself even without the applause of others. Even if no one else notices, intentionally create moments where you warmly say to yourself, "You did a great job." Even when buying coffee, try saying kindly to yourself, "I'm gifting this to myself for working hard today." As these small rituals pile up, the critical voices coming from the outside will lose more and more of their power. And that empty space will be filled by a dignified and powerful voice rising from within you. The life you've lived seeking the validation of others hasn't been wrong or in vain. It was simply a precious survival strategy you used to protect yourself when you were a vulnerable child. Now it's time to let go of that old strategy with a grateful heart and love the adult me fully. From this very moment, as you watch this video until the end, a great change has already begun. Don't rush for results. Let's move forward together very slowly, but surely, and without stopping. Until the day you love yourself completely, I will always be here sincerely cheering you on. Hoping that today reaches your heart, I'll see you again in the next video with a brighter appearance. Even as this video filming ends, I hope you embrace yourself tightly and share some warm energy. Occasionally, when you don't receive validation, try to honestly face that deep emptiness instead of avoiding it. Behind that cold emptiness, there is always the version of you from childhood waiting desperately for love. Shall we start practicing reaching out and gently holding the hand of that child yourself, instead of waiting? If you practice saying kind words to yourself a little more each day, your heart will gradually become warmer. At some point, you will surely feel that your heart, which once felt like a heavy stone, is becoming lighter. A very strong inner strength will grow, one that is no longer shaken by the trivial gazes of others. Because love is not something you get from the outside, but a beautiful flower you bloom yourself from within. You are a precious person who already deserves more than enough love and respect exactly as you are. Remind yourself of that unchanging truth every morning and let the roots of your self-esteem grow deep. The mere fact that you exist in this world today is meaningful and wonderful enough. Instead of dreaming of grand changes, you can start right now with just one small and simple practice. Those small steps will gather one by one and eventually become a massive freedom that transforms your life. Remember, you are not alone. Countless people are walking the same path, struggling with the same concerns. And passing through that tunnel of concern, we are all growing together as we learn how to love ourselves. I am certain that you will surely be able to find true peace and your own happiness at the end of that road. Among the exercises I shared today, how about putting just one into practice right now, whatever speaks to you? It's fine to start with a very light action, like just giving yourself a slight smile when you see a mirror. Or, it would be wonderful to take courage and say no for the first time to someone's unreasonable request. That small courage you show will eventually become a great miracle that begins to change your weary life. Truly caring for and loving yourself is not selfish, but the healthiest and wisest choice you can make. You must become happy first so that the warm energy of love can spread healthily to the people around you. Only a person who knows how to love their true self can finally begin healthy and mature relationships. Now, all preparations are complete. It's your turn. Please embrace yourself warmly right now. You've worked so hard just being yourself today. You are doing well enough right now. When you open your eyes tomorrow morning, I will continue to sincerely cheer for your new step. Don't forget that you are much more attractive, much more precious, and a more wonderful person than you think. I hope you always remember that you are the most beautiful and valuable, just as you are, the only one in the world. Thank you sincerely for taking your precious time to stay with me through this long video. Let's gather our strength together and boldly create a tomorrow that is freer and happier than yesterday. Finally, embrace yourself tightly right now and say, I love you, and thank you so much for today.